The AFK Hawkster XP glitch was originally discovered by Eternalists and later revealed to the public by Flaming in 2019, and since then, many videos have been uploaded onto YouTube explaining how to perform this glitch, but yet for the last 5 years, one problem has remained. That is that it has been impossible to perform with Alien Hominid. So in this video, I will be showing you how to set up AFK Hawkster, common problems that happen when trying to set this up and how to fix them, and finally, how to perform AFK Hawkster with Alien Hominid. So, to perform AFK Hawkster, you are going to need, well, Hawkster, which can be found in Tallgrass Field and requires the horn. Also, you are going to want to make sure you do not have any elemental effects on your weapons, but we will talk more about that later. Then you are going to want to go to Thieves Forest and make it to the wave of enemies at the river. Then kill all of the thieves until one remains. Lure this thief to the bottom side of the cliff, and then jump and use an aerial light attack. This will knock the thief over and allow you to stomp him. A stomp can be performed by using a heavy attack while standing on top of an enemy that is lying on the ground. This should stomp the thief on top of the cliff and Hawkster will start attacking him. And finally, make sure you move downwards so that the thief keeps playing his walking animation. And now, you should have successfully set up AFK Hawkster. So, what exactly makes this glitch work? Well, when an enemy is lying on the ground, Hawkster will attack them and give you XP. Hawkster will stop attacking when the effect of lying on the ground ends. But, as it turns out, this effect only ends when the enemy goes into the idle position. So, by stomping the thief into the cliff and forcing him to play the climbing animation followed by the walking animation, he will never enter the idle position, allowing Hawkster to infinitely attack him. Now, you will not gain any XP when attacking enemies with 0 HP. But, when an enemy has 0 HP, Hawkster will grab food, and thanks to a special property of the thieves, they can grab items, including food. So when Hawkster grabs the food, the thief will eat it, reviving him to 10% of his max health, and allowing the cycle to continue infinitely. This will get you about 12,410 XP per hour. However, this can be optimized for more XP. So when Hawkster grabs food, he will start to return to his owner, and the farther away you are from the thief, the farther away Hawkster will move from the thief when he grabs food. So you can optimize this more by slowly moving to the left until the thief drops onto the lower side of the cliff. Then slowly move back to the right until you are next to the thief, and this will get you 17,430 XP per hour, which is 5,020 XP more than the previous setup. But yet we can optimize this even further. Since the glitch slows down when Hawkster grabs food, you can do this on Insane Mode, which will make Hawkster heal 50 HP on the thief, which will get you 17,960 XP per hour, which is 530 more XP than the previous setup. But this can still be optimized one final time. If you bring 4 players, all with Hawkster equipped, you can get 4 times more XP, totaling at 71,660 XP per hour. So notice when the bear knocks over the enemy, the Red Knight's Hawkster attacks them. Despite the Red Knight having Hawkster equipped, the XP will go to the bear because he is the one who hit the enemy last. So when setting up 4-player AFK Hawkster, make sure that you stomp the thief with the player that you want to get the XP with. It is also worth noting that if you are using one account for all 4 players, progress and XP will only save on player 1. And if you were wondering how to get 4 Hawksters into one game, well, it's quite simple. Just start up a game, go to the animal arc, equip Hawkster, save the game, and then leave. Repeat this process for all 4 characters you want to use for this glitch, and then have all of these characters join the same game, and then you will have 4 Hawksters. Now we will go over the common problems that happen when trying to set up AFK Hawkster and how to fix them. Sometimes when you hit the thief, he will go up the cliff and not allow you to stomp him. This can happen when the thief is too close to the cliff, so you can try getting the thief to step a little bit away from the cliff and then hitting him with your boomerang followed by the mid-air light attack and stomp. But if you stomp the thief when he's too far away from the cliff, he won't play the climbing animation and the glitch won't work. So you have to find the sweet spot to stomp the thief at. Or, you can boomerang stun the thief at the top of the cliff and then stomp him down the cliff. This will completely get rid of the tricky placement. If you want to optimize this, you can jump down the cliff and run to the bottom and then scooch in closer to the thief. Another problem that can happen is that the thief just won't go down the cliff. This can be fixed by eating a sandwich, grabbing the thief, and walking down to the lower side of the cliff. Once the beefy effect ends, you will be able to perform the glitch normally. To grab an enemy while beefy, you have to hit an enemy with a light or heavy attack while moving forward. Sometimes, the thieves will get the water steps glitch, and when this happens, they will be unable to climb up or down the cliff. So to undo this glitch, grab the enemy as a beefy and stand in the river and throw the enemy, and this will undo the glitch, allowing the thieves to climb up and down the cliff. And the final AFK Hawkster problem is for people playing on the original versions of Castle Crashers, such as the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3. Once you get to the wave of thieves at the river, the screen will lock up and will not allow you to access the cliff. So to fix this, you will need 2 players. After beating the second wave of enemies, which is the wave right after the pooping owl, have one player stand right by this hay bale and then have the other player run right. This will activate the next wave, but also allow you to skip it. And from here, you can perform AFK Hawkster without activating the wave of thieves at the river. Now I will be showing you how to perform AFK Hawkster with Alien Hominid. But to figure out how to do this glitch with him, we must first figure out why this glitch does not work with him. So Alien is a very unique character, and part of this uniqueness comes from the fact that he can only equip one weapon, the Alien gun. Now normally this wouldn't be much of a problem, but remember earlier when I said you can't use weapons with elemental effects for this glitch? Well, it just so happens that the Alien gun has a fire element on it. So why exactly do elemental weapons not work? Well, it turns out that Hawkster can inflict elemental attacks based on the weapon you are holding. So when Hawkster freezes the thief, he will go into the idle position when he gets unfrozen, which will get rid of the effect of lying on the ground, causing the glitch to end. And same goes for the electricity element. But fire and poison work differently. When an enemy gets burnt or poisoned, they take damage over time. If this damage over time happens to kill the thief, it will not give Hawkster a chance to revive him, ending the glitch. And for critical strikes, they will not end the glitch, but they will make Hawkster deal 4 damage, which will slow down the glitch over time. So if we want to perform AFK Hawkster with Alien, we need to reduce the amount of damage the damage over time inflicts. And luckily for us, fire only has 1 damage over time tick, while poison has 3. At max magic, fire damage over time can deal 22 damage, but if we have 0 magic stats, we can get this down to 5. But unfortunately, that's not low enough. The thieves will only heal 5 HP, so with a 1% chance to inflict fire, the Alien can only get in about 100 hits before Hawkster inflicts fire, breaking the glitch. So that's when we move to Insane Mode and pull out the Hawkster scale. Thieves on Insane Mode heal 50 HP from food, so each of these ones stand for 1 HP. Hawkster will peck through all of the thieves' health until he reaches 0. Then Hawkster will revive the thief and the cycle continues. So for Hawkster to kill the thief, he has to inflict fire damage over time on any of these 5 attacks. So with these 5 hits making up 10% of the thief's health and a 1% chance for fire from the Alien gun, he will get about 1000 XP before the glitch breaks. However, the fire effect does not stack. So if Hawkster burns an enemy while that enemy is already on fire, there will still only be 1 tick of damage over time. So if Hawkster burns the thief on any of these 10 hits before the 5 attacks that can kill the thief, it will shield the thief from dying from damage over time. And although this does not sound like much, it can get you around 50,000 XP before the glitch breaks. But we can make this last even longer if we perform this in a 4-player game. 4 players will make the thief heal 80 HP, so now the 5 hits that can kill the thief only make up 6.25% of the thief's HP. And now that there are 4 players attacking the thief, that means that if any of these 40 hits inflict fire damage over time, it will shield the 5 attacks. Doing this should get you around 200,000 XP before the glitch breaks, which is almost enough to level up to level 99 twice. But to make sure I did my math right, I set up the XP farm and ended up with 7,473 XP before it ended. So I tried it again, and surely I would end up with more XP, right? Wrong. I ended up with 2010 XP. So it turns out that my calculations were totally wrong, and I think this is because every time you level up, your magic gets stronger, which will eventually up the damage over time to 6. And those 40 hits that can shield the 5 hits that ruin the glitch can also be shielded. So if any of these other hits inflicts fire damage, it will not allow these hits to reset the fire damage over time to shield the 5 death hits. So I knew I had to find a better and more consistent method. And since the fire can only kill the thief when he is low on health, we can just keep the thief at full health. But how do we do that? Well, it turns out that doing AFK Hawkster will infinitely spawn food, and we can use this food to heal another thief. So to do this, you will need at least 2 players with Hawkster equipped. Once you get to the wave of thieves at the river, kill all but 2 thieves and have the Alien grab the seahorse. Yes, he actually is useful for something. Now, have the other player perform AFK Hawkster, then have Alien perform AFK Hawkster with the other thief. Then have Alien grab Hawkster again. Hawkster should start attacking the thief that the Alien stomped as long as he is closer to Hawkster than the other thief is. Now finally, bring the thief next to the other thief so that he can steal all of the food from the other Hawkster. And this will keep the thief at full health, so the damage over time will not kill him. If you want to optimize this with more Hawksters, after grabbing the seahorse with Alien, have the extra Hawkster owners die right around here, and right after you regrab Hawkster with Alien, revive these players. Doing so will get you about 47,230 XP per hour and has a 0% chance of breaking. And if for whatever reason you wanted to perform AFK Hawkster with ice and electric weapons, you will need 2 players, one with Hawkster equipped and the other with install ball equipped. Get to the river and kill all but 2 thieves. Have the player with a non-elemental weapon perform AFK Hawkster, then have the other player align the other thief on top of the stomped thief. Make sure that this thief is playing the walking animation, but also make sure that install ball can still hit him. This is extremely slow and only gets you about 700 XP per hour, but still works nonetheless. And there you go. That's how you perform AFK Hawkster with Alien Hominid. Thanks to Fire43 for getting the footage from the original versions of Castle Crashers, and thank you for watching, and figuratively speaking, see you next time.